Massive public graveyard on Hart Island in the Bronx is undergoing a transformation to make it more welcoming to visitors.
Advocates say the conditions at the cemetery have improved, but there is still a long way to go. CBS 2's Natalie Duddridge reports.
Drone video shows an aerial view of Hart Island, where more than 1 million New Yorkers are buried, including those whose families couldn't afford funerals or next of kin couldn't be reached.
Such a stigma of being buried there.
It took years for Sean Rickard to track down his great-uncle, Christopher Rickard, who was buried on Hart Island in 1939, a World War I veteran who moved here from Ireland.
He may have lost contact with the family, and his body wasn't apparently claimed, and which is really sad because he's kind of seen as somewhat of a hero in the family.
Rickard was part of the first group of people to visit Hart Island since the Parks Department assumed jurisdiction this weekend, ending 150 years of control by the City Department of Correction. Until now, Rikers prisoners buried the bodies on Hart Island, which meant the grounds were highly restricted.
What we want to do is have it more resemble the experience of visiting any cemetery.
Melinda Hunt advocated for years for changes finally approved in 2019 to make the island more accessible. She says there's a wait list of loved ones hoping to see relatives, many lost to major public health crises, first HIV/AIDS, and most recently the pandemic.
There has been a big uptick in burials since COVID. It's about 3 times the number of burials to the prior year, but it hasn't yet exceeded 1988 or 1989 during the AIDS epidemic.
Hunt says visits are still limited and must be booked 5 days in advance. And an old city rule that no pictures be taken hasn't been lifted.
All I wanted was a picture of the flowers that I left on the cross. I wasn't allowed to do that, and I was kind of saddened that I wasn't. And I think that should change, over time.
Relatives hope the changes happen soon so they can pay their respects freely. Natalie Duddridge, CBS 2 News.